Hey guys, what's up? This is my 600. Sorry, this is my 600 video of my YouTube channel, and I came on March 6th, 2015, and this is my 600 video now, and I'm really shocked that I done so much videos over the years, and I really have enjoyed them. I really have really liked doing it on YouTube, talking about things and talking about this and that and everything. And guys, I'm doing good. I feel good. I can't believe that I've got over so many subscribers. I'm happy with that. I know a lot of people would say, God, people have on their own YouTube channel that they've got over sorry guys, it's very warm today. But yeah, I'm just happy that the outcome, I've done over 600 videos. This is the 600 videos I'm doing right now. So this is the 600th video, and I can't believe I've done so many videos over the years. I didn't think it would be 600 at this. I thought it would only be about 300 or something, but 600 videos, unbelievable, and I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with everything I've done. And I just want to say to everybody around the world and my subscribers and everyone who I know, friends and all that there, I just want to say thanks for subscribing to me and leaving nice comments and hitting thumbs up in my videos, because all my videos are pretty good, and I have done a lot throughout the years, and I'm proud that I've gotten this far. My YouTube is my legacy. I mean, I am well known on YouTube, and I'm well known in life, and I've been around, and all my friends know that. And I'm on Facebook. I came on Facebook in July 2016. So this is 2017, 18, this is 2018, and I'm still going on in my videos, and I will be going on in my videos until this year in 2019. I don't know what I'm going to do in 2019, but I will be doing my Micheal Jackson videos up until 2019, and hopefully I'll be getting other videos done about other things and all that there, things I like and enjoy, and I will be putting them up on YouTube, and they will be pretty good. So yeah guys, this video of Micheal Jackson, this is my full story of Micheal Jackson. This is going to be the very last video I'm going to be doing for a while, not for when I didn't do no more videos for nearly a year, just for a little while until I find what new to do on YouTube. But this is going to be the best yet of all time. Micheal Jackson is alive, and I'm going to tell you why that he might be alive, because there's new music coming out in 2019, as I heard, and it's something about Billie Jean or something like that. I don't know what it is, but and another thing I wanted to talk about as well is about the Micheal Jackson's comeback. I just want, every time I look up Micheal Jackson's comeback tour, March 5th, 2009, that was a tour, that was a comeback. Michael arrived in London for the last time in No2 Arena. And I just want to say that it really pisses me off that it says on the Google that none of shows cancelled. 50 cancelled. I know he died and he didn't get to do the shows, but the only thing that annoys me, they should have tuned in the one tour of one show of Micheal Jackson when he actually made it to London in the first place, which was a miracle. That what Rennie Phillips say, it was a miracle getting him to the O2, and he was so drunk and all that there bullshit and all that there, trying to get Micheal Jackson ready for the announcement comeback. And he made it. He got there in the end, and Micheal Jackson looked great, and that was my favourite of Micheal Jackson, of his announcement, of all the years he's done tour in London and comeback, and the announcement he's been doing over the years. And it's been, the last show I think he'd done, the last tour, was 2001 or 2002. So he's been out of the spotlight for something like 9 years, and then he got the comeback, in the announcement in the O2 Arena. And instead of making this big long story short, let's cut it down a wee bit. That the only thing that annoys me, that when it says that the show's 50, they should have made it 59. They should have even given just the one show that he actually got there in the first place, which was England. He actually was in England in the first place, March 5th, 2009, and he was there for a few days. He was there till the 3rd, till the 5th, until the 8th of March 2009. So that should have been actually a tour anyway, because after the announcement of March 2009, Michael Jackson's comeback, the show sold out like that. 10 shows sold out like that. And that was amazing. And that's why Ronnie Phillips made him do the 31, and then it went to the 50. And then the doctor says that we're meant to believe that it was up to 100 shows. So, yeah, you know, guys, there's just so much, you know what I mean? But if you go on to Google, it says, when I type in the Michael Jackson's comeback in London, it says none of the shows 50 cancelled. They even should have just given like the 1 or even the 3. They even just should have given the 3, because Michael Jackson was in England in the first place when he made the announcement. And he was there for till the 3rd until the 5th until the 8th. So it should have been like, they should have given the 3 shows instead of cancelling it to 50. They should have even given just the 1 that he was there in the announcement. You know what I mean? I know he didn't get to do the shows because he died and all that there, but they should have given just the 1 or the 2 or the 3 when he was there in London March in 2009, because that's still a tour. That's still a tour going to London. Doesn't matter if it's an announcement saying I'm going to be doing shows, new songs and albums in July, and he died, but it doesn't really matter. They should have given the comeback anyway instead of making it the 50. You know, he was in London in the first place. Why not just give him the 1 or 2 or 3 shows? Because that's still a tour. That's still a tour of seeing your fans and telling them all that you're still here. I can still do this, and I'm still the best. I've still got it in me, and there'll be new music and all that there. So they should have given the 1 or 2 or 3 shows. It's really stupid. Every time I look it up, it's 50 shows cancelled because he died. So I just don't know why they wouldn't just give him the 1 or the 2 or the 3. I don't understand that. But that's just the way it is. But then Michael Jackson's footage of the This Is It actually did save his comeback, This Is It, because the footage they had of MJ was the last footage of him alive. And the This Is It DVD was really good, and in the This Is It he was really thin, and he was sick, and he wasn't eating, and there was a lot of things going on in June 2009, and you know, he could have been saved. There could have been a lot more done to save Michael Jackson, but they couldn't get to him because he couldn't sleep and he couldn't eat and all that. But the doctor is so guilty because, you know, all the medicine and the cocktails, the propofol and all that there, all the drugs that were all lined up was enough to put an elephant to sleep. Like Dr. Conrad Murray said, Michael, I can put an elephant to sleep. That's guilty right there. I can put an elephant to sleep. And he did, didn't he? Yes, he killed the king of pop. So, and now he's talking about Joe Jackson like I did say in my other video. You know what I mean? So he's talking about Joe Jackson was evil, and he has a cheek about himself. He's evil because he killed the fucking king of pop, Michael Jackson. So he has a cheek. He wasn't there watching Michael Jackson when Michael Jackson needed him. Unbelievable. So he can't say anything, guys. So don't be worried about that there. Michael Jackson's family is going to be getting lawyers in to sort this man out. And I hope they do. I hope they get him out of the country. Keep his mouth closed, because the more he opens his mouth, he's annoying the family even more, instead of letting the family be at peace with Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson now gone. And to me, I don't think the Jackson 5 will ever be the same again. But it's still a Jackson. It's the Jackson. It'll always be the Jackson 5, because Michael Jackson and his brothers done the ABC, that song and all that, which was good when Michael Jackson was only a kid. So it's just unbelievable, and that's the one thing I wanted to talk about was the This Is It shows on Google. It says 50 of his shows cancelled. They should have just given the 3 that he actually did, that he was actually there in London in March 2009 when he made the announcement. They should have even just given the shit that should have count, but that's just the way it is, guys, which is really stupid. I don't know why they didn't count that. But that This Is It, that saved Michael Jackson's, you know, people didn't see Michael Jackson touring for the very last time of his life, but they seen him in the DVD, which is just to see him, you know what I mean? So it's Michael Jackson's legacy and his music will always live on, and especially Thriller, the biggest album of all time, still is, and this is 2018, and it's still the biggest album of all time. And let's get down to sorry guys, give me one moment. Alright, doesn't matter. The Michael Jackson is alive. So many evidence, because there's the evidence that I've told you guys before, that the Michael Jackson, jumping out of the Cardinals fan, I think that is actually Michael Jackson, someone helping Michael Jackson out of the ambulance, and actually, to me, it looks like it's his way of escaping. I mean, that's to the Cardinals office where they do the autopsy, so they can probably work everything there, and then when they get Michael Jackson there, they can do the disguise. Michael Jackson's funeral. They can do the disguise and get everything. I'm sure they got everything ready. I'm sure they had it all planned. You know what I mean? But when you think of it too, Michael Jackson actually didn't really want to die. He didn't. I don't think that he planned his death, or he killed himself, or he gave himself the final injection and it killed him like instantly. I think that to me, that it's real that he did die. Because I tell you why. Because he wouldn't put his family through all that there, and I've said this, he wouldn't put his kids through all that there unless his kids already knew that Michael Jackson was alive, and it's been all planned and talked about. That. But Paris Jackson, when she was talking about her daddy at the funeral, she was crying. So I wouldn't say if that was fake or not, because I just don't I that's what really gave it away, that they were saying that Michael Jackson was alive at his own funeral. So what is there to believe? You know what I mean? Like, why would Michael Jackson be sitting in his own funeral watching his own kids crying and saying about their daddy? Michael Jackson, I don't think Michael Jackson would actually do that to his kids, or make his kids go through that, and then later on, like this, they see their daddy later, and their daddy said to the mom, right, I know it's hard that you just had to go through all that there in my funeral, but I was there and I was watching you, and now we're at peace. Everybody thinks I'm dead, and that was it. But if they don't understand that, Michael Jackson's fan has seen numerous sights of him, the helicopter scene where you can see the body bag setting up. To me, that there was like, to me, it was like they were probably telling Michael Jackson to actually, right, we're here, it's time to go to the Cardinals fan now. So Michael Jackson was sitting up, but he didn't realize that hundreds of people have seen him actually sitting up, if it's real or not. He didn't realize, or they must have done it at a bad time when the camera actually caught it. You see the body bag setting up. So, and then when the helicopter landed, right, there was 2 body bags in the helicopter. I always thought there was 1, but there was 2. So, was Michael Jackson even there when he was lying flat? So what is there? what is it they actually believe? Was Michael Jackson even there when he was lying on the wrapped up in sheets, getting brought into the Cardinals fan? Well, I'm sure it was, because you see the guy, and I don't know why this would be fake. And they done a remake of this here, where they made a complete fools of themselves, where they show people that a video of the fan. You see the guy was, I think it was short or taller, but the original video was more real than what they made with the second video. So they gave it all away right there. So to me, it was like, right, Michael Jackson's body bag sits up, and then he gets through the Cardinals fan, and then he jumps out of the fan, and then the guy got it all on camera. And the way the guy was breathing, to the camera, makes it sound so real. You know what I mean? Because, it has to be real, guys. It has to be, because when you see the Cardinals fan being drived into the shutters when the shutters closed, you see a guy standing there just waiting, and then running in to the shutters when they're closing, and the guy got it all on camera. So I don't know how that could be fake, guys. I really don't. So to me, yes, there's evidence, a lot of evidence that Michael Jackson is alive. There's just so much, and disguise at his funeral, and the body bag sitting up in the helicopter, and then jumping into the Cardinals fan alive, and is live at his own funeral. I know I've said that 3 times already, but I wanted to make myself clear. And now people are saying that he's alive in Canada, and there's music coming out in 2019, like I've said from the start of this video. And there's just so much, and the doctor saying about Joe Jackson and all that there, they're going to be getting lawyers, and I don't know what's going to happen there, but I hope something good happens, because they need to shut this doctor up, like seriously, because it's just so annoying. And you want to know something, guys? All the videos that will be posting up about Michael Jackson, I just want to say this now, and they may not be up yet, and they may come up. I just want to say that, well, I hope there will be more evidence for Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson about this doctor, because this doctor can't say shit, because he's saying Joe Jackson was evil. The doctor is just as bad, because he killed Michael Jackson, and they're still saying that he is still saying he's done nothing wrong. So I've watched The Last Days of Michael Jackson, the new Doctor something, I don't know, the full story of Michael Jackson, put it that way. And they're saying that we will never know how Michael Jackson died, because the doctor was out of the room. So there's 2 stories here, 2 minutes, and on the calls for 45 minutes. To me, it makes it like that he made sure that Michael Jackson was dead. What if he was on the phone, like the girl said, like Dr. Conrad Murray, his girlfriends at the court said that when he hung up the phone, well, not hung it up, the girl said hello, hello, hello. She said that it sounded like he had it in his pocket. So what if that he was actually watching Michael Jackson there dying, just looking at him, while the propofol was still going in the drip, in the IVP drip, or what, a saline bag, while he was out of the room, or not, or watching Michael Jackson being drugged or asleep or already dead while the drip was still going. That is guilty right there. I mean, even me coming up and saying this makes it sound so clear. So I'm going to give you the best, right? And I'm going to say this, right? He left that room for 2 minutes. If he left that room for 2 minutes, he should have been back like that. But he wasn't. He left the room for 45 minutes. And he was out of the room for way over an hour. And Michael Jackson was probably already dead. Cold stone dead. Gone. He was cold to touch. You know what I mean? He didn't even have the right medical. He didn't even have he didn't have the tools like he should have, where he had Michael Jackson on that propofol. 25 milligrams. Dr. Murray, go Oh, 25 milligrams. If you say you give him 25 milligrams, why was there so much fucking drugs in his fucking in Michael Jackson's system? The biggest load of rubbish what we have to listen to is unreal. Like, I mean, what the hell, right? He's saying he gave 25 milligrams. This is just mind blowing. Like, you know what I mean? And then leaves the room. 2 minutes. Michael Jackson could have been dead way before he left the room. When he was out of the room for 45 minutes. He could have died. Michael Jackson could have died like that. Because they say if you're not there or to get to you in time, you could die in between 2 or 3 or 5 minutes. And then I wanted to talk about when Dr. Conrad Murray told the doctors all about all the other drugs, but didn't mention propofol, right? And then he's saying that Michael Jackson was alive when they got to the hospital. Yes, alive. And I'm like, alive? Dr. Murray told doctors not to give up. Come on, there's sign of life. I felt the pulse. So they worked on Michael Jackson more time to try and bring Michael Jackson back to life, to get his heart beeping again, to get him breathing again, to get him, to try and bring him around if it was possible or a miracle or not. I mean, like, he said he felt the pulse, but it was a completely different story, he told them when they arrived there. And the police officer walked upstairs in the mansion, found the doctor covering his tracks, putting all the stuff in the medical bag or the drugs and all that there. And then the doctor turned around and had a shock on his face because the police officer caught him unlovely. This doctor is so guilty. He's guilty, and he was trying to cover his tracks, saying he has done nothing wrong when he was out of the room for 45 minutes when Michael Jackson was already dead, and we already know that. I already know that, and I'm sure the fans will already know that, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me of everything I've said in this video. And the more I go on here, this video is going to get better, because I'll tell you why. This is a joke, an absolute joke, and I'll tell you why it's a joke. Because what he is saying about Joe Jackson is a joke, because he can't say nothing, because he killed the King of Pop. He let the King of Pop die because he wasn't there watching the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, on propofol, which is only meant to be used in a fucking operating room where they can do it. They can operate with people on it to go to sleep, to get a good sleep, and then wake up fresh. But Michael Jackson was on a saline drip with a bag with propofol in it. When he gave Michael, hold on a minute here. He gave Michael Jackson 25 milligrams, right? But what if he gave him 25 milligrams and the saline thing was going at the same time? So maybe that could have been the rest of the drugs in the system, with the saline bag propofol drip going. There's another good idea as well. Listen, guys, this is we're never gonna know how Michael Jackson died. The only one that's gonna know is Michael Jackson himself. I'm not gonna say the doctor as well, because we're never gonna get nothing out of the doctor what we want to hear, and it sucks, and it really pisses me off, because he should have been watching Michael Jackson. He should have been out of the room. Yes, he stepped out of the room for 2 minutes. Yes, and then came back. But no. There was another story there that he was out of the room for 45 minutes. He should have returned to the room. He probably already did, and then making calls. And then the girl was like, hello, and then it sounded like he had it in his pocket, making noises. And what if he, Dr. Murray was doing that, making all those noises and watching Michael Jackson die, making sure Michael Jackson was fucking dead before the ambulance even got there, before he even asked security and the phone 911, which is another fucking story, that he didn't fucking dial 911 when he saw Michael Jackson wasn't breathing, and doing CPR with one hand. What the fuck's that all about? You do CPR with 2 hands, and then he told the bodyguard Bert Alvarez or something that this is the first time I've done mouth to mouth, and this is my friend. What? Hold on here. This is a doctor. and this is his first time doing mouth to mouth. What? I mean, you don't CPR with one hand, and the bodyguards were there. I'm sure they saw him doing it with one hand, and then on a bed, which the 911 call said, remove the patient from the bed onto a hard surface. This doctor was the wrong doctor for Micheal Jackson. Honestly, this was the wrong doctor. If it had been another doctor, would have probably had more sense, and probably would have had the right stuff, and probably would have said no to Micheal Jackson, the propofol, and they probably would have given him something else. This doctor was stupid, really, really stupid. And see if he wants to go and say something about Micheal Jackson, it will shatter the world. Tell us then, because we're never going to believe you, Dr. Conrad Murray. Never. If it's going to shatter the world, go ahead and say it. What are you going to fucking do? Wait for his 10th anniversary like you did for his 5th anniversary when you came out of the shop holding milk? Oh, that's right, Micheal Jackson died of milk propofol, trying to annoy the fans. Which is actually true, because the fans didn't like that there. There's just so much to it. It is unbelievable. And I'm just getting started because he killed Micheal Jackson. Now Joe Jackson is dead. He's given off about Joe Jackson. And he's doing it now because the man's dead and the man can't defend himself. It's just... oh, like, that's so... like, what would you do, guys, if that was your family and the doctor was saying stuff about that there? You'd fucking... oh, you make sure that the guy will go to jail again and get the best lawyers and to get him to go to jail and stay in jail for good. Because you can't go off running your mouth off like that if you don't really know the man. Unless Micheal Jackson and Dr. Murray talked about it together. I don't know, guys. I really don't. There's just so much to it. You know, and that's why there's a good clue that Micheal Jackson could be alive and fake his death and like the album Escape to Get Away. There's just so much. And to me in this video, I'm more like talking about Micheal Jackson, that he's dead and it was Dr. Conrad Murray's fault. But it's true. He killed the king of pop. He said he didn't do it. If he said he didn't do it, then no one's going to believe him. He's only going to believe himself. Because he was out of that room for fucking way far than 2 minutes. 45 minutes while he was out of the room when Micheal Jackson was on a big drug. A big drug that's only meant to be used in an operate room. You know what I mean? He said he felt the pulse when he dialed 911. And that's why he said, and then when they got into the hospital, Micheal Jackson was alive. Micheal Jackson had a heartbeat for like several minutes. So, there was a good possibility that they could have got him. I think they could have saved him. But if Dr. Murray had told the doctors that he was on propofol, I think Micheal Jackson could have been alive. I think they could have done something different, like the doctor said. The doctor said at the hospital. I think they could have done something different, like they said. If Dr. Murray had mentioned propofol, I think they could have done something different, and I think they could have brought Micheal Jackson back to life. And I really believe in that. And if he had mentioned propofol, there could have been a whole different story. They probably could have done other things, different things, and they probably could have brought him back to life. I really do believe that. Micheal Jackson died because of his doctor. Saying he's done nothing wrong, but we all still blame him and hate him because he was out of the room for far longer than 2 minutes. He didn't want to disturb Micheal Jackson. Doesn't really matter. You should have been watching your patient while he was on propofol. It doesn't make sense. Why would you be out of the room making calls and even when they got Micheal Jackson on the gurney into the ambulance, Dr. Murray was on the phone again. I mean, what? Even the girl said that in the interview. I mean, seriously, what? I mean, like, you had Micheal Jackson on a gurney here and you're on a phone. I mean, couldn't you leave that until later? That's just This doctor is so stupid. So stupid. And see all the other patients who see it. Go and fuck yourselves, you stupid old fucking men. What would you all fucking know? If he had been hunting one of them patients and the patients after propofol, he probably would have killed one of them patients anyway. This doctor is dumb and thick, and he's trying to get his medical license back. I hope he doesn't get his medical license back. He doesn't even deserve to get his. He should be in jail. He killed Micheal Jackson, and now he's talking about Joe Jackson. I don't blame the family going to get fucking lawyers. I really don't, because it's just absurd. It really is absurd. And the only reason why I'm calling this Micheal Jackson is Alive video, because more people can see in my Micheal Jackson is Alive. So that's why I'm naming it Micheal Jackson is Alive. Best shit of all time 2019. And this is going to be the last video I'm going to be doing for a while, because I've said everything I wanted to say in this video, and this is my 600th video. So I don't know what I'm going to do in my other new videos coming up. I really don't, because I'm not giving up on Micheal Jackson. I'm going to keep doing Micheal Jackson videos for you guys, like I did say, and I'm a man of my word. I keep my promise, and I do, and I have, and I will keep doing these videos until I'm happy enough to stop when I feel it's appropriate for Micheal Jackson to be at rest finally, if he did fake his death or not. I don't know when that video will ever be, but it may probably be around in 2019 sometime. You know what, guys? I all the interviews that they had Dr. Murray in, they could have. I mean, how did he not slip up? I think he did slip up in some of the interviews, and to me, like, Dr. Murray didn't like it, and he never returned to them interviews. It's like, because they were getting to the truth and the doctor didn't like it, and then trying to cover his tracks, hating all the medical stuff and all before calling 911. That's guilty, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna I mean, the doctor's saying that he didn't know Micheal Jackson was on other drugs, like he didn't know, and that's, but for a doctor, he should have knew. Because that was his patient, and this wasn't just a nurse, or this was a doctor who was in charge. You know what I mean? This doctor should have knew better what he was giving Micheal Jackson, and he should have knew what Micheal Jackson was taking, and Micheal Jackson was being on. Maybe Micheal Jackson could have had a hit, and the doctor didn't know. Fair enough, but at the same time, you're still guilty. Because why? Because you left the room for hours. Micheal Jackson was already dead before the ambulance got there. What should have been done was, he should have stayed in the room